I'm here because I am a roaring lion crying out righteousness. All right, so here's what I want to give you some historical perspective. I remember we first started our seminary, our theological seminary, some years ago with the young German scholar, and we announced that we were going to put a plaque outside our building. And he said, I would say, let's put it since the year something of the year that it got started. And he said, no, I need to wait about 25 years before you actually try to give it a time frame. It hasn't been 25 years since the advent of Barack Hussein Obama. But can I show you what New York and Los Angeles looks like, what the black community, now they're Hamites, what the black community looks like since Obama. And our engineer was going to bring up some pictures. I'm just going to ramble through them. This is what the black man looks like now since the election of Obama in 2008. This is where he's sleeping. This is what he looks like. I mean, you would think that Obama's presence would have created a euphoria, would have created a, if you will, an oasis of power and beauty. But this is what he looks like. Mr. Engineer, we have photos that men sleeping on the street. You see the one leaning up against the pole, both of them leaning against the pole, one covered with a sheet, sleeping on cardboard. Since Obama. This is what the world looks like since Obama. Now just take a look. And the engineer's going to run through a whole lot of photos of black people, and this is all in Harlem, since Obama. This is since Obama. This photo right here, if you could pause that for just a second, Mr. Engineer, you can let the man wobble, but this photo is 2 blocks from where I now sit, directly as the crow flies. This is on Lenox Avenue, 125th Street. And by the way, you know, all of these Japheth people that have moved up here, it was a bad investment. Gentrification has failed. Gentrification has failed in Harlem. But this is only 2 blocks from where I sit right now. This picture was taken last summer or summer before last. Gentrification has failed. These are black men. This is what the black man looks like since Obama. Now, obviously, you got a lot of pension-nosed Negroes that have got good government jobs. You even got some that are working in the police department. You got people like Eric Adams, who's a mayor of the city of New York. But by and large, those folk that they're pretty much sellouts are just ignorant, or just pension-nosed, or just house Negroes. This is what the Negro man really looks like. That's him since Obama. Now, he wasn't like that before Obama, but that's what he looks like since Obama. And anybody who ever thinks that Obama was president, he wasn't. Man, you're a false prophet. Well, Obama was never president, my friend, and he was never black. Obama ain't never been black, and he ain't never been president. Now, it takes a spiritual ear to hear it, but this is what the black man looks like since Obama. It wasn't like this prior to Obama. Now, there was a crack epidemic, there was, you know, all of that took place, but it wasn't nothing like what we see now. This is what the black man looks like since Obama. This is what he looks like. This picture was taken right outside our church. As you can see, our church van is right there beside it. This is what the city. Oh, by the way, to anybody that's listening, gentrification has failed, and I can tell you this: the Mellon Bank and other people ought to be deathly afraid of the fact that God is with me. Look at these 2 men. This is somebody's son. But this is what the world looks like since Obama. And I mean, people just because. People like Puff Daddy, who was a pimp and a hustler, just because you got some house Negroes, we've always had house Negroes. Since 1619, you've always had house Negroes that wore bow ties, tuxedos, protected the master's house, put the fire out when the master's house was on fire, cooked the master's meals, drove the master from place to place, slept with the master's wife. Oh, you've always had house Negroes. When you see these Negroes on television, these Don Lemons and all these Eddie Gloyd and these Van Jones, we've always had an house Negro. What's wrong with y'all? You act like these Negroes have done something to others. There have been house Negroes since Uncle Tom. This is a real Negro here. This is a real Negro here. This is what he looks like since Obama. I can't even call Obama a house Negro. Because he ain't. I can't call he's a half. I call him a half Negro, but he ain't a house. This is what in your city, in Baltimore, Washington D.C., Jacksonville, Miami, Hialeah, Overtown, Los Angeles, Seattle, Detroit, Chicago. It's the same thing. This is what the black man looks like, Obama. So you got to figure black people got to be the most stupid people. I mean, talking about stupid. Stupid. I mean, this is what the black man looks like. This Obama. Let me ask you a question. If people gave me the support that they gave to Obama, both black and white and Jewish, I don't need to be president. No, I don't need no politician. I ain't going down that road. But just gave me their support. Have you heard what I've said about Harlem? The land where the people should walk barefoot because the land is holy. Have you heard what I said about the streets will be so clean you can actually take off your shoes and walk barefoot? Have you heard what I said that people will be living in these beautiful houses that they didn't have to build, drink from water fountains that they did in the days of old? Have you heard what I've said about Harlem? Have you seen the schools that would happen? Have you seen the students that have been produced in this building that I'm in right now? Have you seen what we have done with just a minuscule amount of help? So imagine if the support and help was given to me that was given to Obama. You'd never see a man sleeping on the street. You would never see a homeless person. You would never see a mother in a shelter with their children. You would never see this wretchedness. I would clean these streets. These streets would be clean. Haven't you heard me say it? You don't give me any help. I mean, just think about, for just 1 second, how stupid can black people be? I mean, you're talking about some stupid people. I mean, there are monkeys, I chose that word monkey. There are monkeys in the jungle who do better at climbing trees and swinging vines and taking care of their own than the black man in Obama and the black man in all these house Negroes. There are monkeys and chimpanzees who have better dwelling places in the jungle than what black people have here under Obama, Van Jones, Eddie Gloyd, and all the rest of them, Puff Daddy, T.D. Jakes, all the rest of them. The jungle is a better place for the chimpanzee, and the monkey could teach the black man a lesson. He ain't got no sense, and he won't hear the truth. He won't hear it. Won't hear. So, I thought I'd let y'all see that. Help you understand. This is what, and let me say a word to the Japheth people that have moved up here. Y'all need to, let me tell you something. Gentrification has failed. I think the woman that cursed out Eric Adams the other day on that plane said you got people living in a $6 million condo, in a $6 million brownstone, where the junkies are sitting on the street, on their stoop, urinating and defecating, and they have to step over that stepping outside of their $6 million. Gentrification has failed. You know what? Let me say something to you white people that moved up here. Y'all need to come talk to me. Y'all need to come talk to me, you white folk. You need to that moved up here, took this property, stole it, robbed, stole. You need to come talk to me because you're going to lose it. You need to come talk to me. At least I can and help me clean up the street. So when you step outside of your $6 million brownstone that you're paying a 30-year mortgage on, you don't have to step over the black man's defecation and his piss. Your children don't have to smell it. You need to come talk to me because I can clean up this street. I can clean it up. You need to stop fighting me. You pitch-nosed Negroes, you LGBTQ. You need to bow your knee, come in here, otherwise you're going to lose your property. These men ain't going to stay on the street sleeping but so long. And you ain't going to be able to walk over these men but for so long. You can't just keep walking, stepping over these black men to get into your multi-million-dollar brownstone or your multi-million-dollar restaurant. You need to come talk to me. Now, you can think that I don't have no power. You can think that somehow or another that you're going to make Harlem, if you will, like downtown or on the east side, or you're going to make it a nice. It ain't happening. It ain't going to happen until I say it. So here's a word to the wise, the white folk. You need to come over to this church, sit your butt down, shut your mouth, and let me talk to you. Otherwise, your money's gone. Your money is gone. All that money all invested in a big old hotel over there. Ain't nobody going to come stay in that hotel. All that money y'all invested in real estate, ain't nobody coming. These men ain't going nowhere. They sleep on the street. They'll live forever defecating on your front porch. You come talk to me. Well, I don't like your tone. And nobody likes you. Even the black people don't like you. Hell, I see that. That's why if the black people start liking me, they wouldn't be sleeping in the streets. They'd be sleeping in your house. If black people ever stepped up and said, God save and God bless Pastor Manny, they'd be sleeping in your house. They'd be sleeping in your $6 million bedroom. If they ever had enough sense to listen to me, that's where they'd be sleeping. And you would be out on the street. But black people don't like me. You better hope and pray they never open up their ears and start listening to me. But I'm giving you a chance, white boy. White boy, white girl, I'm giving y'all a chance. I'm giving y'all a chance. Come talk to me. I'm right here. You know where I'm at. I'm right here. You know where I'm at. Come on over here and talk, because gentrification has failed. It's failed. Y'all put all this money up here, and it's a worse ghetto now than it was before you moved up here. Because God is in control. And I'm his servant. I thought I told y'all that. I think is this the man that was jumping up and down trying to kill himself? Is this the man? This is Harlem. This is the guy. Oh, by the way, all these photos are taken on Lenox Avenue. Watch this, right? Watch this. Now this is right here on Lenox Avenue, 125th Street, right? There are $1 million houses, $6 million. Watch this. That's Obama. That's what's happening to black men since Obama. Y'all looking at these pinch-nosed Negroes on television, these pinch-nosed, if you will, half-breeds, that this is what Obama's black man looked like. Let me tell you something. Before 2008, you never saw anything like that. Mr. Engineer, do we have a picture of the good old days? You know, before 2008, you never saw anything like that in Harlem. You never saw anything like that in Los Angeles. You never saw anything like that in Chicago or Miami. You never saw anything like that until Obama. And that's the truth. That's the truth. So you white boys, y'all better come over and talk to me. This is what it looked like before Obama. Yes. Harlem can live again under the new name, though. It's got to have a new name. ATLAH! That's what God said. Do we have enough street scene, Mr. India? Just one more, then I'm going to let these people go. But they better, you need to come. Say, well, they ain't talking to you. We ain't got no power. Okay, go ahead, Mr. White Man. Go ahead, Mr. White Man. Go ahead. Go ahead with your bad self. Go ahead with your law degree. Go ahead with all your power, your stock brokerage. Go ahead, Mr. White Man, with all your old money. Go ahead. But you're living in jail. You got a $6 million bedroom and you're scared to come out at night. You can't even sit out on your damn porch. You can't even sit in your backyard. Because the black man ain't gonna let you have no peace, Mr. White Man, up here in Harlem. Better come over and talk to me. Now, I'm not a racist. You know, we can get together. We can live together. Can't we all just get along, Rodney King? No, I'm not against no, you can come in, but you got to come talk to me. That's what Harlem used to look like. Well, wouldn't that make you feel a whole lot better, Mr. White Man? Wouldn't that make you feel better, Mr. White Man? If that's what you saw on 125th Street, rather than all the men sleeping on the street, that's what I'm talking about have happened. You better stop listening to them pinch-nosed Negroes, them sellouts, them half-braid, them queers, them brackets. You need to come talk to me. So, all right. So that's what Harlem looks like since Obama. You ought to see what it's going to look like since Pastor James David Manning, the Lord's servant. I'm not going to shut up.